Rientrerai solo quando te lo dico io. Vai!
Armand, per favore!
Hello, everyone. Can you imagine this? A successful, beautiful woman with a husband and a child, gradually becoming completely controlled by a man who works under her? That is exactly what happens in Scandalo, also known as Submission, 1976. A classic Italian drama where passion doesn't just burn, it consumes everything. But this is not a typical adult film. This is a cinematic work shot by Vittorio Storaro, the legendary cinematographer behind Apocalypse Now. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into this film. Why was it banned in several countries? Why did it fade into obscurity? And is it really just a story about desire, or a disturbing lesson about the destructive nature of power? Let's break it down. France, 1940. Under the shadow of occupation, there are not only battles on the battlefield, but also silent wars within the human soul. The film introduces us to Eliane, a middle-aged pharmacist. Her life is dull. Her husband, a professor, distant and cold. Her teenage daughter, rebellious and unpredictable.
Diglielo! Chiedilo a lui! Siete tutti e due molto furbi, siete tutti e due!
This boredom becomes the perfect ground for something darker to grow. Then Armand appears, a young, physically strong delivery man working at the pharmacy. He is not attractive in a conventional way, but in something more raw, more dangerous.
La voce della padrona.
One late evening at the pharmacy, a moment of confusion in the dark leads to an unexpected intimate encounter.
No! Ti prego! No!
Salve! Ehi!
From that moment on, a secret relationship begins and quickly spirals out of control. After only a few encounters, Eliane falls under Armand's influence.
Ma se non sono I soldi, perché mi tratti così? Allora cosa vuoi?
But this is not a romantic story. This is a form of occupation. Armand quickly reverses the dynamic. From an employee, he becomes the one in control.
È un pochino appassita. Ma non è male, credimi.
And what he wants is not money, but domination through humiliation. Now, pay attention to how director Salvatore Samperi builds this relationship. Armand does not rely on physical force. He uses shame as a weapon. He pressures Eliane into actions that go against her own moral boundaries, right inside her own pharmacy. Whenever she resists, he simply threatens to expose everything to the town. Eliane is no longer a victim in the traditional sense. She becomes complicit in her own downfall. And that is what makes the film so unsettling. Meanwhile, the war draws closer. The collapse of France mirrors the moral collapse of the main character. This parallel is one of the film's most subtle and powerful elements. Vittorio Storaro uses signature tones of yellow and red throughout the film. Yellow represents suffocation, the rigid world of the bourgeois class. Red represents desire, danger, and destruction. But the true climax comes with Armand's final demand. He pushes Eliane toward an unimaginable moral boundary. How far has she fallen to even stand at that edge? The film doesn't give easy answers. It simply shows the complete breakdown of a human soul. What gives Scandalo its weight is how it portrays dependency. Armand realizes that beneath Eliane's strict exterior lies a deeply repressed desire. He exploits that, using control and increasingly disturbing demands to test her sense of self. The audience witnesses a frightening transformation, from a woman in control to someone trapped in a psychological state where she begins to accept, even internalize, her own degradation. The film raises a painful question: how long can a person resist before their most primitive instincts take over? So, is Scandalo a good film? Technically, it's stunning. A visual masterpiece. 9 out of 10 for cinematography. Lisa Gastoni's performance as Eliane is haunting. A woman both strong and fragile, conflicted and vulnerable. Her psychological transformation is the highlight of the film. She was even nominated for the prestigious Nastro d'Argento Award. Franco Nero delivers a chilling performance as Armand, charismatic, cold, and deeply unsettling. Their on-screen chemistry is powerful, even though the relationship itself is deeply toxic. But in terms of content, this film is uncomfortable. It doesn't try to entertain you, it disturbs you. Samperi does this intentionally. He exposes hypocrisy, a respectable woman hiding forbidden desires, a working-class man revealing himself as a ruthless predator. The result? Scandalo was banned in Argentina, restricted in France, and eventually faded into obscurity, remembered mostly by collectors of rare cinema. But does it deserve to be forgotten? Or is it simply too honest, too uncomfortable for audiences to accept? Under the direction of Salvatore Samperi, Scandalo becomes more than just a psychological drama. The wartime setting is not accidental. It reflects a deeper form of occupation, the occupation of the human soul. As the world outside collapses, old values disappear, and people are pushed toward their most extreme states. In conclusion, Scandalo 1976 is not for everyone. If you're looking for light entertainment, you can skip it. But if you're a cinephile, someone interested in psychological themes, or simply want to experience the artistry of Storaro, this is a dark but fascinating piece of cinema. What do you think? Does a character like Eliane deserve sympathy or judgment? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to explore more controversial films with artistic value, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next review.